Good evening. Welcome to Option Center. It is Thursday, 12/15/22. Welcome. If you are new here, go down to that bottom right hand corner. You see the Option Center logo? Hit it and subscribe. All right. Well, I think we finally got our turn, but we need a little bit more confirmation. So we're going to go through ES on multiple time frames and see what we can learn, what's coming up tomorrow, what's coming up into next week. I didn't quite think that this move would be here, but I was prepared for it and already in my puts and futures was selling as well already because we knew that potentially the move could have happened. Anything can happen in the market, and we want to be ready for the turn. So here we are. Yes, on the monthly time frame, we have our channel here. We're still within. We broke down from the top of the channel, possibly the top. If not a top, the top. So we have this range here. We've been talking about this range for months and months on end. We keep testing it. We came back down to, retraced back to the 50-month moving average and came back to test that range one more time. I don't think that this is a bullish situation, you guys. You know, I keep being bearish. You see all of my thumbnails are bearish and it's going to continue to be until proven otherwise. All we did in simple terms, we made a range here. We broke down, back tested, broke down, back tested. What that tells me is our next leg is down. I've been talking about this 3,500 to 3,200 area. That's going to be a big confluence. So let's see if we get some sort of reaction there. That could just be a simple ABC and we're done. But I don't think so. I think this is a 1-2, 1-2 setup. And we're headed for much lower prices, potentially all the way down to the 2,200 area. Okay, you see this candle here. It's a cloud covering candle. We're back underneath the 8 EMA, but it's not a closed candle yet. So, you know, you can take that for a grain of salt. Let's go down to the weekly. All right, on that weekly time frame. All right, fell out of that ascending triangle, making low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. And on the weekly, oh my gosh, a wicked reversal candle. We had that sort of candle on the daily after CPI had announced and price just shot up like 150 points or whatever it was, and in reverse. So we had that in a daily, but a weekly candle like this, insane reversal candle, right about at that 8 EMA for the and the 20 simple moving average for the weekly time frame. Now, again, we talk about this area. The 3,900 area has been and it's so important of an area. You know, we had this move to the downside. We used the 3,900 area support, broke back down under it, oscillated. We're oscillating back and forth around it. Some people say the 4,000, that's fine. It's the same thing. It's a zone, but the 3,900 is where I'm king right in, and that's where we are right here and right now. So, you know, you can hold off on most of your risk until you get underneath it to be conservative. But I'm rolling out my positions to give time for this price action to break. I think it's going to break underneath this 3,900. So right now, the important areas are the 50-week moving average, which coincides with the downtrend, and this 3,900. We get underneath this 3,900, I'm pretty sure that's goodbye. And but the next level to get down to before we say goodbye would be this let's call it 3,700 area. And I keep talking about the 3,700 area because of the SPX. The SPX, if you go to the trading tab, SPX. And then you go to the trading tab and look at the open interest even for tomorrow. Tomorrow's so important, and then we'll look at it from just tomorrow's perspective for the AM quadruple witching. If you notice that, sorry, I went past. We need more strikes. Let's go 100 strikes here. And that 700 area, you see that there's 90,000 and 60,000, 150,000 open interest contracts out there. So that's a huge amount of contracts. Nowhere near what it was from the 4,000. 4,000, we have over 300,000 contracts, and that's just massive. There's nothing even quite near that. The 3,900 was there. At 3950, excuse me. 3950 was there, but we're breaking away from the 4,000 and the 3950 as we speak. So we're breaking off of that, and there's nothing in between. So we do suspect from that information that that's kind of our target, and it just happens to coincide with this. Just happens to coincide with this support area, all right, and near this 200 week moving average as well. So you see this triangle is going exactly with the 50 week and the 200 week, and we're just oscillating in between. So sure, I don't know, it could go further to the apex, but we'll take off risk when we get down to this area as well, and we'll wait till we get underneath it in order to add more. Okay, and going to the daily, trend is our friend. This is in near terms a super important area. We have this channel that we've been moving up in for quite some time, over 2 months. We broke down from that finally today. Now we're coming back to this very important support area, 3,900, that we have highlighted in fuchsia here. Now you can call this a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, something like that. You know, you have the wicks here, but that's clearly not where the closings are. If we did a closing line chart, you wouldn't see that at all. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and the breakdown from that, from the head to neckline, a breakdown measured move would be right down to that 3,700 area. And so that's another simple like measured move for that type of setup. And I think we're on our way. Now, for that actual setup, we need to break down for this 3,900 area. Now, what are we doing? We're reacting off of it right now. And like I said in the Discord, the Option Guide Discord, make sure you check that out in the description. Just kind of hang out in there and talk about what trades we're doing and any concerns or ideas you have. So it's a good idea. It's all free. I said if we react off here, the most bullish thing I see on the chart right now is that we backtest this this breakdown area, and that would be right with the 8 EMA and the 20. I'm not saying that it's gonna get back up there, but that would be a gift. That would be a gift for the bears if you did not make this move. Then if you backtested this channel, then God bless you, because then it's a much bigger move down from that point. That would be a fantastic entry, and I would shout it across the world. Okay, here we go. We talked about in the other videos, the MACD, we saw that bearish divergence. We made the high, and then a higher high on price, but a lower high on the MACD. So that's what kind of gave us some clues. Same thing here. We broke the trend line, the uptrend line, had a high, and then a higher high on price, but a lower high on the RSI as well. So we're losing strength. We're just getting underneath neutral positions. And yeah, so we'll go down to the 65-minute, see if there's anything else we can kind of figure out here for tomorrow, at least for tomorrow into next week. Okay, there's a lot of price action, a lot of things going on when you go to the 65-minute chart. But if you notice, we got into the supply area, we rejected off it, we couldn't hold it. We broke down from the channel, and we're right at the weekly support. And that's a pretty big point there, because coming from there, and we use that as support, you see how important this 3,900 area is. I think we could probably bounce a little bit. Who knows how far, but call it 3,990 at the most, and then watch for a rejection. Otherwise, if you don't get this move up here, the moment that we start breaking down from this 39.14, then you better say goodbye to and look out for this 38.11. That's just the options expected move. I wouldn't even expect that to hold. We have the point of control, and then we start getting into some bigger support here around the 37.50 area. 37.50, I would say, hey, that's going to hold you up. You're going to get into some wiggly price action for like a wave 4 down here, maybe a triangle or a flat pattern, and trade people out, but the destination, and at least from the open interest and from our measured moves, is this 3,700 area. And so that's really where we're keying in on. And I don't suspect that this will be the end, but this will at least give us a opportunity for the bulls and bears to kind of fight it out. And what I think will happen is that we come down to this point, not in a straight line, and this will be a point where either we take off as bulls or we bounce thinking that we're bulls, and we continue down as bears. And that's so I put that point on there, but that's not where this is not like precisely how I think it's going to go. It's just I think this is the decision point right here at around the 3,700 zone. It could be a little bit before, it could be a little bit after poking through. And so that's what I'm saying. You guys, looking at in the short term, we're not getting any divergence yet. Doesn't mean that we can't bounce, but a bounce will be probably just what I said is a bounce. We're going to probably get a downtrend line. I'll borrow one from back here. Don't need this anymore. So I'll borrow this, and we'll probably start forming a downtrend line. So choppy. There we go. Probably have a downtrend line there, and then if maybe we'll come up to it and make a higher low as price starts to go down lower, or maybe we just keep going lower it is. But the thing is we just don't have any divergence. We don't have anything telling us that we're going to start making a reversal to the upside yet. So if you're going to play any bounces, just look for scalps, or do what you want, but I'm not going to be looking for any big moves to the upside, not at this point. And same thing with the RSI. Have a downtrend line here, and that's pretty steep. So it's fine if we break the downtrend line with the RSI. It just means that this initial move, may be just over for a minute, and we come up, get neutral, come back down, make a higher, or maybe even come down even lower. That's the thing, is you start breaking the downtrend line, then maybe play the bounce. But I'm going to be looking mostly to the downside. If I do play any sort of bounce at all, which I'm not going to, not tonight. I'm just going to be looking for the certain point. If we start getting close to this channel, I'm going to look for the futures, probably into the China Open around 3 a.m. or so. I'll be looking to get in for the downside, for more downside continuation. If we just continue down, then I'll be looking to get in underneath the 39.14 weekly support. All right, that's that, you guys. Hope I didn't take too much of your time. Thanks for all the support that's been happening. Make sure you like the videos, and let's continue this saga. Let's make money. Let's do this. Thank you for joining me here at Option Center. We will talk to you tomorrow.